Have you paid X yet?
What
No.
I haven't paid X yet. No. Not yet.
5 bills, I'll get you out of that.
Why have I got to give you 500? You're supposed to be my friend.
I guarantee you can get out of it with this.
Well, how? Just tell me.
I've got a clip that will save you.
But you know what? I almost forgot that you once recommended this guy. Run that clip. No, but it's all right for you to mock me, make me look like a idiot. But now you've been
working for me like you do.
It's not production. Now look.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
All right.
I told you.
All right. Gunners Unfiltered. Hi, welcome along to another episode of Gunners Unfiltered. You guys are loving the show, so we got to be here with it regular throughout the summer. Big up to my man Turkish. I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks, man. Man's been over in South Africa. Yeah. I saw this man making big speech over there to people. Yeah, listen, my first time in Africa, and big up the people and that. And I saw some of the videos, man. You lot had a great time out there, man. Like rolling with lions But hey, it looks amazing.
I can't. This year make me go off again on another speech because you see, my first experience of Africa, South, beautiful. I can't wait to go back. I've already looked at flights September, looked at flights next year.
Serious?
Firstly, the love. Firstly, the people. First and foremost, lovely people. Not one single person I met that was nasty in any way. Yeah. Every single person I met, lovely. And from there, the food, beautiful, fresh, cheap. Our money's long over there. Do you get what I'm saying? So, the shopping, banging. Like whatever you want, banging. And then the culture, Mandela Square. Then we went Mandela's house in Soweto. That was even a beautiful experience considering the history behind it and, you know, Mandela's story. And then you go up to Kruger and Safari, and I can't do zoos anymore because I've been there and like it's this set of Lion King basically. Yeah. And I'm just looking around. I'm seeing where the bulls run up on Mufasa and where Scar dropped him in the hay. I'm looking at that. Fucking hell, I'm in Lion King right now. It's mad. But yeah, all in all, beautiful place, beautiful people, beautiful foods. I can't wait to go back. 11-hour flight. It's worth it. It's only an hour difference to here, but. If anyone had any doubts about whether to go Africa in general, I've seen you go, and many of my friends are, family are. Go South Africa, I can vouch for it. I've been there. Yeah, I'm looking to go there soon, man. Brilliant. I'll be with you. Listen, I'm
brilliant, man. I think we got something planned for there, so can't wait, man. But yeah, the sort of and the passion of the fans. No doubt, when you were down there, they were asking you about transfers. They were stopping. I could just imagine every minute they were stopping him. Yeah, Turkish transfers. And knowing him,
I told him, watch Transfer Daily.
Knowing him, he didn't give him any good news. You know what I mean?
I said, you give them the news.
It probably left you, right, feeling down. You know what I mean? Down in the dumps, because I know you already. You've been giving it to them real, but...
No, but they was packed. I mean, we done back your chat there and a meet and greet and whatnot.
Yeah.
And when I was helping set up the cameras and whatnot, it just erupted over there with Steve, City, and so the chanting, it felt like a concourse, like the Arsenal fans, then the City fans, and the Chelsea United, they're going back... The passion for football over there. I can't lie. The passion for football over there.
It's crazy.
We've been America many places, and big up America. America's a massive place with various states amongst it. I haven't seen as segregated a following of the Premier League anywhere else than I went.
You know the good thing about there as well, they got their own league, which they're really passionate about as well, isn't it?
Kaiser Chiefs, Pirates,
big teams. So that's really great as well. But what have you made of the transfer?
I ain't missed nothing, have I?
Well, there ain't been no.
I've been away, Africa, back, went Lion King, done the tour, and there's nothing to. I should have stayed out there a bit more because I've come back to Sesko or Gyökeres still.
What do you recommend all this Sesko and Gyökeres thing? I mean, like Sesko last week said, you know, to Man United that listen, right now my priority is Arsenal.
Sesko said that.
Sorry, not Sesko. Gyökeres.
Okay, yeah.
So right now my priority is Arsenal. Right, he's made it quite obvious he wants to sign for Arsenal. Sesko is still, you know, on there, as Fabrizio says, on the list. And I even saw the other day where Bayern are showing an interest now in Sesko because they're saying that, you know, they're looking at Harry Kane. He's about to approach 32. They're thinking they could even play him a bit deeper and play Sesko in the 9. So we got to get our skates on and get one of these done, innit? Is it going to be Sesko? Is it going to be Gyökeres? I mean...
How can they not know, man? Phase 6 can't be slow. That's like, come on, this is not...
Well, it's a new guy now, Berta, innit?
Yeah, so... I don't care about that, Rob. The club's direction was built when Arteta first came in, and regardless of changes along the way since then, Berta should be coming in and not only implementing what he can bring in and his black book, let's say, but knowing what stage we're currently at, what we need in his opinion and what we need in their opinion, being Arteta, the club, or Kroenkes and whatnot. But regardless of all that, we should have been hitting the ground running. I know Zubimendi came in, or he's coming in, or he's gonna come in. He might change his mind. I don't know what, but let's say that's signed, sealed, delivered. That's the Jorginho upgrade.
Yeah.
Let's secure Partey, and then we know that position's been upgraded. Nice, but already
even Partey's not sorted yet.
It's not. Nor is Ethan Nwaneri, nor is Lewis Skelly.
I think those will get sorted.
Well, you'd hope so.
But then even with did you see with Lewis Skelly that Real Madrid are interested?
Yeah.
Very interested because they're doing this thing, Madrid, where they're very smart, where they're just targeting players that got like a year left on their deal. And they're leveraging their name. Clout. Yeah, leveraging the name of Real Madrid and say, yo, come to us, man. Yeah. We'll match the wages that Arsenal can play. And we get you for free. So, but I do think those two will get tied down.
Gabriel news is big. That was good to them for that.
Yeah.
Before people say that deserves credit, because I was worried about that in isolation. We also need to pick up the renewals, like if possible, Saliba. I don't think we're going to get both done. I think at least Saliba will have one eye on what we're going to do. But generally, Rob, like the Gyökeres Sesko stuff, really we need both, right? Yeah. People think I'm against Sesko, or I don't. It's not that I don't know enough about him, but what I do know is he's young, he's raw, and even the people that want him say he's going to need time, right? That's fine. But we're not in a position. We need to deliver a major next season now, after all the years of waiting and trusting and all of these things. So Sesko, profile-wise, in my opinion, as much as he might fit what Arteta wants to do, according to everyone, does he fit winning a major this season? And it's not fair. How many times over the years we put pressure on young players to deliver, and how much burden comes from that? A lot. So if we go for Sesko, I'd like it to be with a Gyökeres. Now, Gyökeres has come out and said, I'm waiting for, even he's fed up. He's called Fabrizio and said, yo, just tell them I'm waiting. Because, what's going on?
Probably his agent, probably.
Yeah, but one of them, the news was meant to break, right? Listen, that mentality, I like that. A year ago, we're being told that Sesko, he's unsure about Havertz and will he be... the mentality to overtake who's in front of you. Gyökeres has made his mark now. He wants to come to Arsenal. He's a 90-goal and 100 striker. Bring him. Am I saying don't bring Sesko? Bring him if you want as well. We've signed 2 left backs, 2
I don't think they're going to get both.
Everything.
I don't think they're going to get both. But get at least one. To me, listen, it's down to them what they decide, right? I just want a striker. Personally, I'm with you. Gyökeres is still my preference, just because of his goal-scoring record. And we need to win the league now. I don't think, if I was Arteta, I'd be like, I want the guy that's going to win it to me now.
Yeah.
Not the future.
Yeah.
Future's like you're talking 2 years. That could be then not next year, the year after. And I don't think he's got that time. Well, maybe he knows differently to us, but for me, I'd be like, Gyökeres could win us it. And then even then, you're not... the way you see Liverpool strengthening, City strengthening, with Reinders now, the Cherky... You know what I mean? They've already bought Mamouche.
Yeah.
They're looking strong.
100%.
Liverpool now, Wirtz, brilliant signing that is. Kerkez.
Yep.
Fringpont.
Solid.
So both of those, already, are going to be up there, barring, injury disasters. Those two are going to be challenging again, right?
And Slot, it took him 1 year to identify what they need. If we looked at Liverpool come the end of the season and said, what do they need? We would have said left back, right back, number 10 and striker. They've already got 3 of those in.
Yeah.
Why in year 6, year 5, whatever this is, are we still deliberate? And to be honest with you, you mentioned Liverpool's business and City's business. What they've already done means that even if it is our preference in Gyökeres that comes in or Sesko that comes in, we still need to move on to more.
Yeah, of course.
Because we are still in current state third favourites for the third in our 6th year third That's not good enough.
I'm still looking at even when they get one of them strikers done, I'm still looking at a Rodrigo, a Rafa Leao, someone of that sort of quality
Rodrigo, I'd love that.
to bring in. But I don't know what it is. Like James said something the other day in talking transfers, which is true, right? He's like, as long as they get these players in before, or at least a couple of those main players in before pre-season in Singapore, Hong Kong, he's fine with it, which he's right. And he's 100% right with that. But also, I just don't understand with us why we take so long every time. I mean, I understand the frustration, even though I've been sort of saying to a lot of fans, we do need to calm down a bit. But I do get how people get frustrated because Liverpool is just going at Verts, this, that. City I know they had to get people in because of the Club World Cup, but it just seems with Arsenal that no matter who we get, whenever we get, it takes ages. Like you said, you've got these. I don't just think it's Gyökeres. I think it's the two of them that are saying, "Yo, we're ready now. Yeah. We're ready to come."
Which one is it?
Make a decision and go and get them, please. Yeah. I mean, it's getting very frustrating.
Arteta's spoken a lot before about proactivity in the window, and you have to be proactive. And even this window, he spoke of what we need: goals, creativity. So a bit of direction and fast pace to that direction would have been welcomed, because they've done well with Zubimendi. I think if that is.
But even with that run, right? Why can't they just sort? It's done, right? I'd heard from January that deal was done. Yeah, from a very good source, right? Someone's very close to it, so I'd heard that was done. Even when Real Madrid were acting up the pass, I get it why. Arsenal, maybe sometimes you don't want to show your hand, but even when they were acting up, they seemed to be very comfortable, Arsenal, that, Real Madrid making noise, it's done. So if that's the case and it is done, why don't they just announce that one? At least you've got one in the bag, because the impression that fans have got at the moment is that, look, Liverpool have got stuff in the bag.
Yeah.
Even though it's not been announced yet, Verts, but, it's literally, look, I mean, for the past couple of weeks, almost like that's been... City have got those. Where's ours? And everyone's like, we're up against these guys. Just announce one of them. I've been a bit.
They've even taken the gusto out of that Zubimendi signing, because it is a good signing.
It's a wicked very good signing. Brilliant signing.
But they've launched it and relaunched it so much already that, I mean,
when it comes out, sort of like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. And
what about the next one?
There's a lot of people out there that like Cecil's welcome videos, right? I don't know why, but there's a lot of people that do. Even they're gonna you're gonna have Salserini in Paella dancing to Zubimendi, and they're gonna even be like, "Forget this, man. We're tired. We knew he's coming." So they've even ruined that. Like, the club are not just release it. Let Cecil dance outside the stadium with a Spanish flag and keep it moving, because we know it's coming.
Oh my God, man! But I'll tell you. I just want to see some movement now, you know what I mean? Like, now the window's, it's reopened again now. It's time for some movement.
He said goosebumps, Rob. Arteta said goosebumps. I'm sorry, but come on.
No goosebumps yet.
Because even Gyökeres Sesko is not goosebumps. Like, let's be honest, Rodrigo is goosebumps, or like in collection of...
if they make a few... Gyökeres gives me goosebumps, man.
Nah, man.
You know why? Because he's an out-and-out goal scorer.
Yeah, I mean, he gives me...
I'm just like...
I'm excited about that.
I'm just like, last.
A
goal scorer. And if we get Gyökeres, say, for instance, I can't wait to see him in an Arsenal shirt playing.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the pre-season. If it's Sesko, a little less, I'm still be excited, because I'm gonna be more on the intrigued thing. But I just want to see goals, man. I want to see a striker. But then the left wing. And I think that left wing, if they do go after Rodrigo, and that becomes a lot of circumstances around that have to click into place.
Yeah.
Number one, he's going to have to want to leave.
And they're doing Club World Cup now, so
maybe that as right. But if they did, that's going to take longer, because they've got the Club World Cup. That's one that I could see going down. All right, I'd accept that one. But it's Rafa Leao there. I don't know if you think about it. I like him.
I like Leao. I think... I don't think he's lived up to the potential, but I think he's still an intriguing, good option. I think Rodrigo's clear in terms of the excitement factor for me.
Anyone else on that left wing?
Kvaratskhelia, and we already lost out on that. So let's not lose out on the neck. If it is Rodrigo, let's not lose out on that, because
if it's not Rodrigo, not Leao, who then? Who are you thinking?
If it's not Rodrigo, it's not Leao, then it's already peaked for us, Rob. But
no, because listen, it could be that Rodrigo don't leave. He said the other day, he posted that thing saying happy.
But there won't be no goosebumps then, because there's limited players that bring goosebumps. Wirtz probably brings goosebumps to Liverpool. I wouldn't say Shirky is exciting talent, you know, and if he does hit the ground, that's what I mean with Gyökeres. He doesn't. I want Gyökeres, but it's not goosebumps until I see him. Let's see, first 5 games next season, 10 games, you hit the ground running, then I'm gonna be, wow, we finally got a fucking striker on our hands here. But in terms of straight away, Rodrigo's goosebumps straight away, Kvaratskhelia goosebumps straight away. Very few players do that. So in my opinion, it's hard to.
Or it's collectively goosebumps when you see, like you said, if you say got in
Gyökeres,
Zubimendi, Gyökeres, Sesko, and a proper left winger, and then it's like, wow, we got a team.
Yeah.
Because I just look on it, I'm like, let's have it so we got a threatening front three in that, you know, you've got on one side Saka. The other side, you add a player of Rodrigo, Leao, and then down the middle a Gyökeres, say, or a Sesko.
Yeah.
Then backed up with all the other, all of a sudden it makes all the others better because they all become serious options.
Bulk it out, yeah.
But
we're still out here, just same shit, different season. Like, I'm being real with you.
Are you confident we're going to get big deals done?
I'm confident we're going to do something. Big deals, not confident. And next season, not confident. I'm sorry, but the way we've managed this last 18 months, they're not going to get away with it. We're not dealing with like 2 fools for the league. Liverpool and City are well more oiled, well more seasoned for this battle than we are, and we've acted like we've acted in the last 18 months when it was time to capitalise.
No, slow down because it ain't done. Okay. It's not done yet.
There's nothing we can do in the summer, Rob. Tell me what we can do in the summer to think we are the favourites for the league after Liverpool have won it.
It's not about being the favourites, is it?
It's not. They can still give us belief and hope.
Because Liverpool weren't the favourites last year. So.
Yeah. No, 100%. But we can still have belief, hope. Gyökeres, Rodrigo, couple others, Zubimendi, we believe we can do it. We hope we can do it. But it's not like Liverpool have let up on it, or it's not like City have let up.
No.
So if we don't do it, okay, we're up against them too. But how many times can we say we're up against them too? Because last season it was one, the season before it was the other. So Arteta said it himself. You cannot skip a beat in transfer windows. He said that years ago. Find it. I'm not pessimistic or negative for no reason. He said we cannot skip a beat in the window when you're competing at the highest level, right? We skip beats for the last 3 windows. Your heart skips beats for 3 windows, you're dead. I'm not saying we're dead because we've still got a core here. But all of a sudden, we need to let go of 6, 7 players. All of a sudden, year 6. A mini rebuild in certain areas to provide the depth needed.
Yeah, that's just natural, isn't it?
It's not natural not winning anything.
I don't think we're far off, right? Because listen, the last few seasons we've been up there, innit, right? So we don't need a lot, but it's just some added top quality to that team.
Yeah.
And they have to do it.
And instead, we're seeing our competition do it.
Yeah?
Like we're seeing our competition do it. And I remember back in the day when we used to actually win titles, and Man United would go and bring 30 mil Stamin, 30 mil Rio, 30 mil Rooney. Even then, when we were winning titles, I always used to think, like, come on, man, like, look at where we are now. We're not Man United, but come on, like, go in. We never used to do it. Then we were sold the whole, we need to sell players to pay for the new stadium malarkey. And now it's be excited 6 years on. We don't know what we're doing in phase 6. Come on, man, deliver.
Hold on. Even though I'm frustrated like you, I don't think we can say yet this window that we don't know what we're doing.
Well, you've changed your sporting director 5 years in. That's a bit weird. Something's happened there behind the scenes because it was all trust the process and kumbaya, all of us at once, and then all of a sudden one of them.
There's nothing wrong with that. Changing it.
Okay, well, something's happened to the process that we're meant to be trusting.
City have changed their sporting director. They
needed.
Liverpool are probably. Yeah, I mean, it's not a.
And all
after
of a sudden,
5 years, nothing wrong with that. What, he's going to keep him forever?
Yeah, they've made changes. All of us are slots in phase 2. Pep's probably in phase 1 of his new transition. We're in phase 6, looking at them still winning stuff around us.
You're getting on my nerves with this phase.
But this is what we're told: processes, phases, and all this. I'm sorry, but
every team.
I'm tired of it as well.
Phase this, phase that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, you can't be year 6 now. Second highest, longest serving manager. Second 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row. All of a sudden now, 2 years ago wasn't 8th anymore. All of a sudden, 2 years ago was challenging for a league title. So we must win it this year.
Pressure's on.
the pressure's on, because as much as I say we must win it, there's no entitlement there. I say we must in terms of the context, 21 years, 6 years, be excited, whatever. I still think Liverpool and Man City are ahead of us. And
at the moment, yeah, they are.
I don't think we can do anything this window for me to believe that they're not better equipped to win it. We can win it, but better equipped. Pep Guardiola's won it, Slot's won it. Salah, we can't get a player of that ilk. We can't get a player of certain level at City as well that they've got, because they've bred winners over the years.
But I think if you got, once again, I go back on the Gyökeres thing. If you got a Gyökeres in and he could replicate even, he's not going to be able to replicate what he's done in Portugal because it's a harder league. But if he gets 25, 30 goals,
you know what the problem is?
That could be the thing.
I agree with you. It could be. But guess what? Haaland had a bad season and bagged 25 or something.
Yeah.
So if he has a good season again and bags 35, 38, 40 goals, which he's capable of, or, you know, we still haven't done enough. But listen, all the club need to do is try to win it. I need to see them in this window.
Try the best.
The last 3 windows, they haven't shown they're trying to win anything.
Yeah.
They've actually shown opposite, that they're content with making Champions League football again. So let's see in this window, are you going to try to win it? Because there's no divine right. You try to win it and we don't, it's like, fuck. But you don't try and win it and we don't win it, it's F off. It's different.
All right. So give me your 3 key signings you would like to see come in that can give you that feeling. And we'll give me 2, because we'll say Zubimendi's 1, right?
Okay. Gyökeres, Rodrigo.
Okay.
And I'm Saka front 3. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'll be excited by that.
That's exciting.
I'll be excited by it. Do you know what, actually? Just remembered, I got a bone to pick with you, because I remember
Let me get my water.
The last show.
Yeah.
What was the signing you kept referring everyone to?
With you?
Yeah.
What? The old one?
You picked out a song. You picked out a signing, a player that I said to sign. Benteke, that was it. Yeah, Benteke. And I remember the Patson Daka. Right, when you kept going on about Patson Daka. Though, Rob. But you was there. You made them run a video about me and Benteke and things like that, right? Okay. But you know what? Yeah. I almost forgot.
Okay.
Then I got a reminder.
Because production's with you. Just know that, people.
Ain't nothing to do with production.
You think Robbie's doing this work? He's paying people to do this work.
This ain't nothing to do with production.
Can I ask you something? Have you paid X yet?
No. I haven't paid X yet, no. Not yet.
5 bills, I'll get you out of that. £500, I get you out of that £1,000 bet.
Why have I got to give you 500? You're supposed to be my friend.
We got to make a deal.
How do you get me out of it?
I've got a way to get you out of it.
How?
I guarantee you can get out of it with this.
Well, how? Just tell me.
I've got a clip that will save you.
All right, so what's the clip?
Nah, we need a deal here. What do you mean?
Go ahead. You see how these people are angry me?
You're going to save.
To save me £1,000 now, I've got to pay you 500.
Yeah, you're saving 500.
How's that saving me?
Think about it and then we'll see. But
I'll be held to ransom, right? But my own people.
I've got a guarantee that you don't pay extra.
You know what it is with that? You know what it is with that clip? That's why I ain't paid him yet, because there's something fishy about it. There's something that
I've got something for you, man.
Something I keep thinking to myself, there's something ain't quite right on this thing.
I've got something for you, man.
Yeah? What is it?
It's a clip, I'm telling you. It makes it all done. I'm telling you.
We're going to bargain off it.
It makes it all, in fact, from the clip, you might actually win some money from it. But I'm trying to think, but I've got it somewhere, but I found it in South Africa.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't run this clip on you then, right? Because after you see this clip, you ain't going to want it.
Run it, because I can guess who this is.
After he sees this clip,
I can guess, God.
This man came here last time, right, humiliating me about Benteke, right? But you forgot that you once recommended this guy. Run that clip.
You know what, a funny one that I'd actually go for? Timo Werner. I'd go for Timo Werner. Timo Werner, why not? Why not? Just because it didn't work out for him at Chelsea, Timo Werner's a good player. Good player.
You moan about Lacazette missing chances.
Listen, Werner's better than Lacazette.
He's not clear. Werner's quick.
Why do you let it continue though? Why do you let the clip run earlier? Werner was like the 9th name I said.
Timo Werner, people.
Werner was like
this is the man who's running about Benteke. Werner.
That was the 9th name I said on that
Werner. And I'll tell you what, right? The other day I was thinking about it. I was like, Werner, when he was at Leipzig, it's actually all right, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Sesko, where is he? I started to get some little nightmares now.
Nervous,
I started to get sweat. I was like, because if he turns out like him, because he's been That's the player you wanted us to bring. So take that back about the Benteke.
Not wanted. It was on the list of. You don't ever really want to get down to 8th on the list, but he was 8th.
Nah, he's shocking.
And to be honest with you, let's be honest, them times, firstly, look how slim I was, look how big he was. It's all
you went way back beyond that. You're to Benteke.
Yeah, I know, but...
So he was all right.
At least I do my own research.
No, but it's all right for you to mock me, make me look like an idiot. But now you've been
working for me like you do.
It's not production. Now look, right? Now all of a sudden, no?
That's what I'm saying. Right? But them times, let's be honest here. Yeah,
no, Werner. I was laughing about it then.
Mad take. Hands up.
Well done.
L.
It happens.
L. Cool. You win some, you lose some. And
but you weren't saying that when you brought out the Benteke, were you?
Let's be real here. Them time when we looked at Chelsea, Werner was a joke. So was Havertz.
No, he weren't.
He wasn't, no?
Werner was never doing anything, even at Chelsea, he was rubbish.
So was Havertz. But our manager decided to sign Havertz. So at least I'm not paid 15 mil.
He won a Champions League.
I didn't sign Werner. So
he won a Champions League.
So did Werner, no?
You know what the thing is about Havertz? Remember before he came to Chelsea, he was like very much like the Wirtz, isn't it?
Oh yeah, before
he was like the hottest thing in Germany.
Like you said with Werner at Leipzig, he was the hottest thing, and then
not as hot as like I think Havertz was hotter because he was that young. Yeah,
because it looked like he was
the German superstar kind of,
Yeah, it looked like he had something. But look, I got Werner wrong. Arteta got Havertz wrong.
Well, yeah, I think Werner's way worse.
Even the greatest minds get it wrong.
Way worse than Havertz. I'll tell you that, and you know that.
Werner would have backed the same amount of goals as Havertz.
No, he wouldn't, man. What's he done at Spurs? Look, they're sending him back.
Yeah, if Havertz went Spurs, they'd be sending him back as well.
No. Havertz had 13 goals before he got injured.
Yeah,
he was on track to get 20. Well. As I said, he was on track to get.
Stop doing this maths, man.
He was.
What school did you go? Big up your school now.
He was I don't want any kids to go
to that school. He had 9 in 21. There's 17 games left. How's that 11?
No, he had 13 goals.
Are you doing all competitions again? Rob, you're a big
man.
What we do? Don't do this Gen Z thing, bro.
All right, so he had
20 league goals.
20 league goals, so he had 9.
Yeah, in 21 games.
And he had probably how many games? No.
It was 9
so he had 17 games left.
Yeah.
So what, he can't get that?
He couldn't
get another 11 in those 17 games.
He could, but he wouldn't have.
Especially when you think about it, right? Even when you weigh up some of the games that you had to come, like Ipswich's and those
I'm going to be using this clip here in 3 years' time on Gunners Unfiltered.
What?
Just what you're saying now. So if you're going to continue, it's all right. But I'm going to bring this up.
No, I'm just saying he had 9 goals and he had 17 games to go before he got injured.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he have got another 11 in 17 games?
Because did you see the chances he was missing for
but you can go through
lunch and dinner in January and December.
You can go for a bad patch, but then you can also
go for a good patch as well, which he did at the end of the season before. That was him. In 5 years in this league, he's had 6-month good patch across 2 clubs.
So how is it? How do you know he couldn't have went on a really good patch for the end of the season and got him the 20?
I mean, whether you're looking at 9 in 21 or looking at 6 months in 4.5 years that he's been good in this league,
and in that 9 in 21, I'd be interested to see how many of them 9 he started in as well. I don't think he started every game.
Yeah, man, this guy's been starting for us week in, week out, man.
I don't know if he started all of those.
Yeah, man, most of them.
I'd have to do the research.
Listen, I'm telling you, forget that. Jump off of this coach, train, bus, whatever this one is, because it's not ending.
I want a proper striker in. That's what I want.
That's it. So that means eventually the guy you're arguing about is going to have to go, because 275 a week and you're not an 8 and you're not a 9. Well, what are you then? You can't be a bench player for that.
Well, you can. You can be a backup player for that amount. You know what I mean? Like Real Madrid have backup players of that wages. So do many other teams.
We're not Real. Once upon a time, we didn't even want to pay Henry 100k.
You know, well, we need to have quality throughout. You need to have options. We saw that last season when you don't have options, and those options can't just be.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Massive fall-off options.
I've asked you this. I've asked a few people this. I've asked you this, maybe not on camera.
Yeah, okay.
Gyökeres signs, 70 minutes in, Arsenal 0, United 0. Gyökeres has missed 3 chances, he's missed a penalty, it's not working for him. We need something different off the bench. Do you bring on Mourinho or Havertz to go in the box?
Havertz.
You're a liar.
No, Havertz.
Look at your face, you're a liar.
I'm not lying.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Serious?
I bring on Havertz, yeah. And then you've got options, actually, because you can bring on either of those. But I bring on Havertz because I just think Havertz's presence, his hold-up play, even if he doesn't score the goal, he's more likely to then maybe assist someone to score a goal because
you're talking about numbers.
I'm just being honest.
Mourinho in 12 games got 10 goals or something.
Yeah, no, he done well. Guy that you said was a poor signing.
I didn't say it's a poor.
Yes, you did.
Rob, do you want this one to come back on you as well? I said Marino's a good signing. He's not the cherry on top signing, and that's what we made him. We sold it trust me on this.
There weren't no cherry on top signing. Come on, you didn't rate that signing.
2 years ago,
you said you gave the window a 2 out of 10.
3, but yeah, 2.
3 out of 10. So if
two's up there.
So he can't be much good then if you've only given it a 3 out of 10.
No, it's not nothing against him. It's against the club. So much more to do.
Yeah, but you gave the window a 3 out of 10, so he can't be much good. Even that was with even his performances from January onwards, and you still gave it a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, it's still a 3, mainly because of him. And then Calafiori does the rest, and then what's there?
And Calafiori was literally, I was looking funny enough this morning, because he's been got linked with the AC Milan that's been rejected by us, so they said they're not selling him under any circumstances. But when I looked at how little games he played this season, you know what I mean? Like he barely played because of injuries. So it's really hard to assess him as well. And when he did play, he did all right.
You can assess the money you spent on him and say, well...
I know, but you can't... His injuries, you know what I mean? We could sign Gyökeres and he gets an ACL. You know what I mean? So it is. We signed Timber and he got injured. Right? Is that a 0 out of 10 signing for that season? He got injured. Look how good he was last year.
Yeah, so someone at the club needs to identify you went into last season with 3 left backs and no strikers.
I agree.
Someone needs to pay for that.
Yeah, but it's not a 2 out of 10. You can't reflect on the play. You know, I was reflecting on the players we signed. Yes, you're right. The lack of striker thing, criminal. There's no. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you off here, man. I need to find out. 5 bills this man's charged me. I still listen. You see these man. I'd be coming up to him and saying, "Yo, Robbie, you're out of this. Don't worry, you're sorted."
No, because X is
give
my
me
guy.
A drink.
I had the clip here and I thought, Rob's my guy though, man. And I thought, but X is my guy too. And then I thought, but he's Tottenham. He's won a
Tottenham fan, right? That's his guy. It's the thing. He's going to make me pay a grand.
No, but that's why I've come out and told you. Because
we had 500 bills.
Yeah, but it's better than 1,000, and at least you're giving it to.
Yeah, but then I've still got to pay you. I could do my own. Yo, guys, get researching on that thing, man. You know what I mean? Is that how the man fighting against me? You know what I mean? You see you. This is why we do this show, you know, Gunners Unfiltered, because this man ain't in my corner.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be beautiful? You bet me now 5 bills. I expose it. On your next Best of Enemies, you play the clip and say, hold on. Because I saw him putting it on you. And you can be like, hold on, X. Look what we've got here. Through ball, Turkish, bang. The clip's played. This clip's played.
But I still got to give you 500 for the privilege. I'd just come to you and say, yo, Turkish. Yeah,
but I'm not like X, though. You give X £1,000, he's going to be... That's another thing that he has over you. And you know how his wordplay is different, so...
We're going to...
Think about it.
We'll work it out.
We'll work it out. I've got something.
Right, anyway, listen, it's time to get into Unfiltered Opinions. This is a section where up on the screen comes a comment and we give our opinion on it. Let's see what's going down. Watch Turkish eat his words on Sesko.
It's funny, that one. I replied to one of them the other day. Maybe it's this one I replied to. And you know what I replied saying?
What?
I'm still waiting to eat my words on Havertz. So that can be the next plate if there's words to be eaten.
Did you eat your words on Marino?
2 years ago, on this sofa here, we done a European draft. I just remember this. In that European draft, I said bring Marino. Yeah. So next time, yes, I did say it 2 years ago, 3 years ago. European draft. Remember?
Mikel Marino. Because there's a few Marinos out there.
Mikel Marino.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I mentioned Vitinha as well, but I mentioned a few. But watch.
Oh, what a player he is.
We'll get that clip and then you'll see.
All right. But will you eat your words on?
Of course, I listen. Humble pie. When it's about.
What did you say about Sesko?
Nothing. People just think because I want Gyökeres and I'm saying that the goals make sense, they think I'm against Sesko.
No, I actually agree with you now. I'm not against Sesko, and I've already said, listen, if it's Sesko, it's a big risk, but I'll roll with it because I remember the Raya thing. I was like, why? And they completely proved me wrong. They'd have to do it on this one because to me, if you've got a guy there that the evidence is there, it's a bit like, I mean, there's all the evidence, goals. And then you're going for another guy that the evidence goals-wise isn't there, but you're telling us that, you know, fit our style of play, this, that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to prove that. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him if it's him.
That's what I'm saying. My words are, we've got to win the league, yeah?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if we win the league, that humble pie will be delicious. I will eat 4 portions of that. Right. Yeah. But the reality is, no one can really look me in the eye. None of these perfect fit analysis people can look me in the eye and say, Sesko will come in and I believe we will win the league with him. Because the reality is, every one of them say he needs time. So my words are, we need to win the league.
And we ain't got time.
It's not fair to put it on a 22-year-old that hasn't even bagged 15 in Europe.
We ain't got time. Arteta is right to go for the player he thinks is best for the system, not just to please the fans. I agree with that. It's his call. Mm-hmm. And I agree with that completely. And as I said, with Raya, he brought in Raya, right, because they thought that Raya would suit the system, and they were right. He does suit the system. But this one's a big call because universally every fan's like, we need goals. We need that fox in the box, killer up thing. And if he gets it wrong, I think fans are going to be very upset about this.
100%.
Especially because immediately what's going to happen is everyone's going to be like, you had this guy available who could score a load of goals and you went for him. And even worse, if he then goes to another club in the Premier League, which that could be likely. Say he went to a United and he's banging in goals and then people are comparing.
Doesn't look good.
This is a big call.
It's the call. It's the call that makes up for Havertz.
That's the call that could be his job.
Yeah, 100%. Because we have to win the league. I mean, not have to, not entitlement. I mean, that's the aim now. Let's win the league now. And we waited long enough. Look, a big example for me. A manager, should more often than not get the players he wants. He's the manager, right? But there's nothing wrong with a sporting director, especially one as experienced as Berta, to have his suggestions and even implement some of his suggestions. Klopp had it. And Liverpool, I think Klopp wanted Julian Brandt, and I think Edward said Salah. Look how that one worked out. And maybe them examples are a dime a dozen. But guess what? We've had 5 years where Arteta's been in control of everything. And, the last year's been a letdown. It's not bad to maybe have someone else test the waters and move together.
On this striker one, I'd like us to go with what Berta says.
Yeah, man. Because his reputation for strikers is comparable to the best sporting directors.
Julian Alvarez, that's been a signing. So.
Villa, Suarez, they win the league. And then even if Jackson Martinez comes in flops, he's out within 18 months. Felix comes in, doesn't work out, they recoup half the money, he's out. So even his turnaround, whereas, we have players come in, don't do well, we're still singing 2-3 years later. Next up, if Madrid offered 100 M's for Lewis Skelly, Arsenal should take it. Yeah, the answer is yes, isn't it? The answer is yes. But Lewis Skelly I think he's cold.
The answer is yes.
I think Lewis Skelly is cold, but the answer is yes.
I love Lewis Skelly, but 100 million.
Yeah. That's a cheeky one because they know Lewis Skelly's a fan favourite. Yeah. I love his mentality, the heart. I love the cheekiness about him. But 100 M's is 100 M's.
100 million is a lot of money, man. You'd have to take that.
And he's got a year left. Next up. Turkish. I don't know how you stay so calm around Robbie. His delusions are hard to listen to.
What are these delusions?
You don't see the earplug in this other ear here, so it's only 50% I'm hearing of it.
How am I? What's deluded?
Well, I mean, when you bet me for Eddie 10 league goals, that was deluded.
Well, yeah, but like you said earlier, right? We could all make, I thought that time Eddie. I think before that he'd scored the other couple. He's got a hat trick and
he had 4 in 9 that year.
And I was thinking if he's going to get a full season run, where he'll be starting, surely he'll get 10 goals. But the thing is, he only played a few games and then he was out of the team again. So
I don't know, man. Obviously, you do a lot of shows. You discuss a lot of football, so I'm sure
that's the thing. Listen, you do loads and loads of shows. On the whole, your opinions are more or less similar to a lot of people. But you do a lot of shows. You have a lot of opinions. I have a lot of opinions. I'm a person, I like to have my own opinion on things. I don't like to just follow the sheep. Or I'm a person as well that I say stuff, and people would say, "Oh, you're being deluded." And then, like a couple of weeks ago, when I said that I still think Arsenal will get Zubimendi, everyone said I'm deluded. Then what will happen is, if Arsenal signs Zubimendi, nobody will come back and say, "Oh, Robbie was right," or like that.
Yeah, words get rinsed.
They'll just move on to the next thing and the next thing. So it's always easy in the moment. It's like, I was naughty even earlier. I've dug out that thing about Werner. people can dig out stuff about me, you, but they never dig out the things when you got them right.
Yeah.
Which is like, it'd be like 80% of the stuff you got right or 80% of the stuff, you know. Or I'll do Transfer Daily. Everyone would say, oh, you told us we're getting. But actually, if you watch the show, you know that I said the show starts off. Yeah. You know, the show that takes a look at the rumours. When did I ever say that every single people? There'd be some people who say that, like, they think that every single player I mentioned in Transfer Daily is coming.
Yeah.
No.
And over two months, you mentioned maybe 200 players.
Yeah. So. Well, how many players does Fabrizio mention?
Yeah.
Right. And how many of them go to think? How many times does he do a here we go and it's wrong? Many a times. So
we're saying a poll, Robbie or Fabrizio. Huh? We're going to put a poll up, Robbie or Fabrizio. Whose hit rate is better too?
No, but the thing is, right, Fabrizio, right? Big up to Fabrizio. I'm a big admirer of what he's done, what he's created.
He's built a brand out of it.
The way is, you know, he's got about 24 million followers on X. It's incredible.
But as OGs of the game, though, yeah, I can't lie. Young fans will never know what it feels like to just have a player walk out in a press conference arranged and just be like, what? We've got him.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of ruined that. Like, remember Sol Campbell, the way he come out, it was like, what?
But I think we're in an era now of it's an information era where people want to. I was saying this the other day that, you know, once upon a time, even players that were coming from, say, Spain or you heard about them for the first time. You're like, who's Vieira?
Yeah.
But now, to how things are, the amount of data you've got. I met a guy the other day who works on that Football Manager game. And even he was saying, it's like the amount of data that we have around players now is unprecedented. So you know about every player long before, it doesn't matter where they're from. You can go and get their stats and their data and videos. And so it has changed it. But, you know, I think what Fabrizio's done is great. But many of the things that he talks about, right, those players don't end up going there. They're just rumours. So Arteta can't handle a high-profile striker. That's why he wants Sesko. I don't believe that's true.
I get it.
I don't believe that's true. I think he's just looking at Sesko. Number one, he's wanted Sesko for ages. That's his project, you could say. That's the guy he's looked at and said would be the person that can be that star player, right? But I don't think it's that he can't handle high-profile players, because he's got a few high-profile players now. Like Declan Rice is a high-profile player who's come in. I'm not saying he's a guy who's going to throw toys out the pram or whatever. And
he's not got an ego. Like not especially attackers. They come with an ego.
Yeah.
And Arteta hasn't shown that he can manage. I mean, listen, with Oba, we won the FA Cup in his first 6 months, but ever since that, whether the ego is Ozil or Oba or even a Guendouzi, it's been pretty swift in you know, exiting. And we haven't, even Rice is quality, but he's a manageable character. You know, he's someone that, whereas for just on Supporters Club with Chris, I mentioned, look at Ian Wright, for example. Would Arteta have signed an Ian Wright?
Well, I think he would have done, because Ian Wright, despite him really being a spiky person, right?
I don't know.
Was a model professional. I think with Arteta, it looks to me that you got to be a pro. You got to be, because the thing with, I don't think he was desperate to get rid of Aubameyang. He gave him many chances, didn't he? He knew he's a good guy. He knew he's a really good player, but I think he just came to the end where he's just like, I can't do this no more. I think in the case of Ozil, I don't just think it was him who wanted to get rid of Ozil. I think the club, they wanted to get rid of Ozil because of the amount of money he was on and stuff like that, and where we were at that time. That was a club thing more than. So I do think a lot of these managers now, they want players they can manage. They're very controlled, like him, Pep. These guys, you know, I mean, how many players at those top clubs are real mavericks?
Yeah.
Liverpool don't really have any mavericks within that team, nor do. Well, I guess the Turkey one coming is going to be quite interesting at City. Yeah. But, you know, they've not really had any. Would you say Grealish has been a bit of a maverick, but he's not really been just been suppressed, hasn't he?
Yeah, different.
And he's not been able to be the Grealish that we saw at other clubs. So I don't just think it's just Arteta, but I don't know. I don't think that's the reason. Is Gyökeres a maverick?
No, but he does come with somewhat like, and Osimhen and Gyökeres, I'd say they come with somewhat.
Osimhen maybe,
the reputation where it's like, I'm a bagsman, so just let me bag.
Yeah.
Like, stop messing. Don't tell me to win throw-ins on the left-hand side and stuff.
I'm I hear you on that,
Do you get what I'm saying? So, I think there's something there.
There's some great comments there. Now it's time to go into the Unfiltered Archives. Let's see what they've got for us today.
This dog that's in our fucking club picture, Win. You think I give a shit about a dog?
Nah.
But then you'll have so many fans online and so many fans taking, oh, it's cute. Oh, Win. It's, look at them bringing the dog into the picture.
What you got against dogs, Turkish? What you got against dogs?
What I've got
he told me he's a cat person, to be fair.
They're both fucking lying, that's what I should have done.
Why is a dog in the team photos such big news online? Why?
I don't think having a dog at the training ground's a bad idea. Like, cool, whatever.
Have the dog. Don't be doing his stories about him and videos about him like he's a part of the fucking starting 11.
It's true though. I back what I said there,
you
man.
reported him to the RSPCA after that, you know what I mean?
Like, this club like to sell things to us and like, look, the Win stuff died out after about 18 months.
That Win dog was there the other day with the women. You know when they won the Champions League, like I think when they did that parade.
Oh, is it?
The dog was there, yeah.
Well, big him up then, man.
He won.
Yeah, that's cool. Though. I just don't want to see him again, man. He can exit now with his head held high, man. Someone can take him or her or whatever.
Listen, if we see the dog this season, that means we've done well.
No, if we see the dog, it means it's done. It's done, and whoever's gone at the end of this season, he can go or she can go. The dog, I don't even know what they're just bad.
Oh my days.
Can you take time when you're take time? When you're leaving, take time. Huh? Take time when you're going.
I never seen him when I
Yeah, call him. Where you at? Come and meet me there. The open training, I'm like, Ty, I need to close the stadium. Could you go home, please? And that's why I'm on the track. Come up the stairs. Ty, you're still here. Go home.
Come on.
It does make me laugh.
What you got to do is
and then he wants to say bye to everybody, and half going, you're like, yeah, Ty, sometime.
That's exactly right. Anyway, if I don't see you, thank you for your hard work this season.
Yeah,
Now, that's actually true. Right? Now, these stewards have been complaining to me for a very long time that we say, Robbie, get this guy out. We want to go home. So what he does, he's the last person to leave the stadium. He walks round, going up to all of them. Yeah, see you later.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, see you later. I want to go home. Get out. You know what I mean?
He's too nice for his own good. That's what it is. Like, he wants to say hi to everyone, bye to everyone, respectful. And
no, the only thing that made me laugh, right, is the other day. You remember they had that game at Brentford, Nigeria, Jamaica?
Yeah.
He did it there as well.
Swear.
Like, so those stewards will go to, yo, Robbie, what's up with this guy, man? We want to go home.
He's an OG though, man. He's an OG. You got to hand it to him, man. Ty is
one in a million,
unique
man.
character, but
One in a million.
lovable.
Hold on. Son, you wanker, son. Fuck off. No, honestly, son is, you joking me, man. You joking me there. Son. Nah. You done that deliberate. That's deliberate. Son done that deliberately. I'm sorry, I'm not having that.
Told you they get a chance. I said they'd have
Oh my God.
I can see the chance in front of my eyes.
The missed chance against.
That was the closest we've come to a title.
And then, you know what someone said to me the other day? Remember, they'd have won that. They could have got in the Champions League.
Yeah, they won Europa.
They didn't get the Champions League. They dropped into Europa and then went on to win it.
And Son still come out, crying, I stayed for the right reasons, and shut up, man.
Shut up, son. Shut up. And these lot as well, like, his expressions turned up at the show the other day wearing a flipping medal.
I've seen him walking around with medals, and I've seen him like
he took a trophy down to the stadium, which was really disrespectful. I'm like, bro, if you're gonna bring a trophy down there, bring the Premier League, which you've never ever won. Bring that. I ain't having it, man. I'm not having this Europa League thing. You know what, right?
Yeah.
Let's find out how good they are when they play PSG then. Because they've got PSG in the Super Cup.
You see how PSG have started the Club World Cup?
Yeah. They are a team, by the way. They are a team, but
Jesus at the moment. He's definitely scoring more goals than Jesus. We can have a bet right now. 100%. He will score more goals.
Not scoring more goals. Havertz will play more as a striker. Havertz will score more goals than Solanke. How much?
That's the bet. Forget what other bet that we did with Abby and that. This is the bet.
How much?
How much you want to do?
Did you hear that?
100.
Yeah, cool. This is our bet. This is the one bet that we're going to make.
Oh, so he cancelled the other bet for this bet.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
All right.
I told you.
All right. So I ain't got to give you 500 bills for that.
I mean, you can sort me out. I mean, we'll talk, man.
We have a drink over there.
A drink, you know. What's that watch there? What's that watch over there? Do something, man.
Yeah. Well done. All right. It's forgiven. You know what I mean? I'll take back the Werner clip. Yeah?
You can't take. I don't want you to take it back. I'm just showing you. Obviously, the Tottenham fans were too high and mighty, so at least this is a little blow to the.
Yeah, take back the Werner clip.
You can take.
But we keep the Pats and Daka.
Anything you want out, man. I've got lists of clips coming out. I ain't got an army working behind the scenes.
What's with this army thing? I ain't got no army. I'm on my own, bro.
Man, I got his name. Don't worry. I know where he lives as well. So soon.
But so listen, thanks very much for watching the show today. Gunners Unfiltered. We'll be back next week with another show. Big up to Turkish. Once again, check out. Go and check out his stuff, content that he did over in South Africa. Absolutely brilliant. Big up to all those fans over there as well. It was absolutely amazing. And of course, another tour coming up soon. Hong Kong, Singapore. We're going to be out there. Can't wait for that. It'll be brilliant.
They can't hold me. Hustle like I bag groceries. Get rich off this even if my mouth